Durag Wisdom here, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Y2K 19.08.19. And this will be the last day of broadcasting before my 2-week off. I'm not going anywhere, that's till November. But I want to let you folks know that I won't be broadcasting for the next couple of weeks or so unless an emergency comes up. Meanwhile, I want to thank my niece, Heather. Look what she sent me. This is a Miles Bennell posable action figure. And the reason his suit looks so disheveled is because this is the scene when he's running from the pod people and trying to warn everybody. Heather, I want to thank you for this. I really love this. You know, Dr. Miles Bennell is one of my spiritual fathers. I also want to tell people, please keep aware of the message boards. I'll try to get back to them whenever I can. I'm not ignoring you. I'm going to take a break this week and next because there is so much crap in the news. And there's so much crap, and I have to react to this. It's raising my blood pressure, and now my blood pressure refuses to budge downward. I don't want to have a stroke in the middle of one of my broadcasts, but that would be a very, very interesting kind of thing to save. You know, that would probably go pretty viral. Durag Wisdom heads explodes on. No one in their right mind, and I have yet to discover how right my own mind is, can simply ignore the monumental tragedy that is going on in our lives today, especially how we see it in the news. I just got through my traditional summer viewing of Dog Day Afternoon, directed by Sidney Lumet. If any movie predicts the kind of mob mentality we are dealing with today, which can oftentimes be instigated by the media, that classic picture is the one to see. And this week in New York City, during the anniversary of the incident on 22nd August 1972, our city, during this Y2K19 August, will be just as hot and just as on the brink as the world was in those days. It's almost as if the world is always on the brink. When I come back from vacation, will the earth as we know it still be here? How many more will be slaughtered by white racist terrorists? Will there still be those among us who would vote for the Nazi Trump because he claims a good economy, while forgetting what a Nazi turd he is? Will Trump and Pence go down in a plane crash over the Atlantic Ocean so that Nancy Pelosi can be president? God, it's God. I'm an atheist. God, it's God. By the time I get back, I hope that I can tell you all of the people I donated to for president, and that there is good news that someone besides Joey Biden is the front runner for the Democrats. I hope by then that the Democrats are busy attacking Nazi Trump policies as they should, instead of attacking the legacy of Barack Obama, who wasn't perfect, but he was still one of the best presidents we'd seen in a long time. I've seen in a long time, and I'm going to be 69 Friday. And this makes the tragedy of the Nazi Trump administration even more apparent. Since the Nazi creep was accidentally flushed into our White House, he is doing everything in his power to undermine everything President Obama tried to accomplish. The Trumpenstuppen Nazi Trump goon hates our first black president so much that he will destroy our planet, literally, just to get back at him. Take us all with him. By the time I get back from vacation, will the populace of our country be awake and aware of their coming destruction due to environmental catastrophe? My job is to keep you informed as much as I can at my own non-professional journalism level. My job is to tell the truth as I see it. My job is to be the clarion call for our liberation from the human, racist, greedy slime of our planet. My job is to call to task my generation for dropping the ball that allowed for the situation we find ourselves in today. I also just watched Woodstock, a great classic documentary that showed both the promise and the tragedy of the baby boomer generation, my generation. The cost of the tickets were around $8 to $9. Many paid their way to the event and thousands did not. They had to recoup all their losses and probably even pay back the people that had to pay. My generation had a great potential to clean up, including a damaged planet and a Nazi Trump. And what am I going to be thinking about as I clear my head of trash Nazi crap? One, I hope the economy tanks so that Nazi Trump is defeated. Full disclosure, I do not have a lot in my TDA. I'm not a rich person. I'm on a fixed income. All it takes is one catastrophic illness and I'm dead. I mean, if literally, if not figuratively. Still, human dignity in our White House, to me, and a poor economy is more important than to have a great economy, thanks to the other president, by the way, and to have also, with a great economy, a Nazi scum in our lives. Besides, considering the monumental tax cut to the rich and the destruction of regulations, look to see a debt so large that 3 or more of the future generations are still going to have to pay for it. And that's, of course, there's still a planet they live on. 2, Trump and Pence are destroying our environment, as well as the species that depend on it. We have the mayor of Amity from Jaws running our lives into the muck because whether he believes it or not, there is a great big environmental, man-eating, woman-eating, people-eating, everybody-eating shark in the water. Maybe it will bite Trump's ass off before it gets to us, but by then it will still be too late. 3, how many more will be slaughtered due to white racist terrorism? Don't be afraid to say that. 4, when will we be able to impeach right-wing members of the U.S. Supreme Court who got in there illegally? 5, how do we stop insanity like Brexit, which is really something Putin wants? A destroyed European Union, a decimated NATO. 6, will our country support the anti-authoritarian movement springing up around our planet like in Russia and in Hong Kong to combat the fad of dictatorships? You know, we have a growing dictatorship in our country if we don't expunge it, you know. 7, will we finally drain the Trump swamp, which has been assaulting us and our planet for close to 3 years now? Will we finally see an end to a federal government and a judicial branch which has been aligned against us? 8, will we truly and finally be allowed to return to a positive normalcy? I don't need an entertaining president. I need a competent, impassioned, a visionary leader. 9, will women and their rights be respected? Will we finally get rid of our violent, racist ways? It's 400 years since we brought the first Africans here to be enslaved. 1619. 10, will the concentration detention camps, both teach, at our southern border be closed? Will child abuse stop for good in our country? There are many reasons why the USA came to this tragic circumstance. We became too complacent and too indifferent to the evils springing up around us. Liberals and progressives, the middle-of-the-road Democrats, dithered. We have taken our freedoms and our liberties for granted. We've allowed corporations to become people too. The right-wing religious extremists, fascist Nazis were monomaniacal in their quest for one-party rule. They got it. And again, we on the left and the Democratic Party dithered. They allowed the rug to be pulled out from under all of us. The dithering people who have to wake up now or see our country and our planet lost to us forever? Will we all have to die and our planet with us before we realize who the architects of our decimation are? I know what kind of Nazi creep Trump and his party are. I am awake and aware. And we must take our snouts out of the reality TV garbage we swallow and be awake too. See you in about 2 weeks, unless